So, welcome to Buddha Bits, and we're talking about Bodhicitta. Now, in the last Buddha Bit, I talked about the fact that it's really good to study a little bit the noble truth of suffering. And the benefit of that, as he said, I mean, Buddha was a genius because he said, like, what's your experience? What's going on for you? You know, are you having any problems? Well, okay, there's a cause for it. There's a freedom from that, and then what's the technique? So, if you do that first with yourself, of course, and then you'll have more sensitivity or true empathy with others when they have suffering and such. And the second part, actually, there's what's called the 5 steps of Bodhicitta. There's 2 techniques, one coming from Maitreya or Manjushri, and one coming from Maitreya Buddha. And so we're going to talk about the 5 steps first because it's really practical. The second one from Maitreya is also really good, and I'll give you a small intro on that in another Buddha bit. So coming back to the first step is actually, we all want happiness. None of us like to suffer. And that actually is such an incredible change of your mindset. Why? Okay, so you're aware of suffering, you're aware of the causes of it and stuff, you're sort of more conscious of it, you're mindful and such like that. And then actually, this comes, I think, out of a Sangha. In his 400 verses, he says, those intelligent bodhisattvas who, when they realize the nature of existence is the universal ocean of interdependence, spontaneous have compassion because they know they're interconnected with all other sentient beings. I mean, they are not all other sentient beings. So, you know, the oneness is the nature of reality is we are all interconnected, but we all have our own dynamics, our own accumulated karma, the continuity of our consciousness and such like that. But when a bodhisattva with a certain level of merit says, whoa, I'm interdependent, spontaneously, without effort, they have bodhicitta because they say, well, may I be a benefit? Now, why? Because we all like to be happy, none of us like to suffer. Now that's huge, because if you can start to integrate that into your interactions, then you're really going to understand other people and actually not have a lot of trouble when somebody's angry or somebody's manipulative or something, because you understand they're just trying to be happy, in this case, maybe with delusions in all the wrong ways, which is sort of a fun way to phrase it, So first off, you should look at yourself. Okay. I mean, from this morning when you got up, did you go to the bathroom or did you brush your teeth? What did you do first? Well, you did whatever you decided because you thought, I'll be more happy if I do that. Then if you put on your morning clothes or you just put on a robe or whether you got dressed or whatever you did, then when you looked at the wardrobe you had, you said, oh, I'll look good with this today. And I'm going to wear that because I'm going to be comfortable. Or of course, the joke is, as a man, we pick it up and we say, still not dirty enough. I can wear it again. Whereas if you're a woman, generally speaking, don't do that. You always wear nice, fresh things. Anyway, but this is sort of a joke. But again, men sort of say, well, let's use it as much as we can and before we have to change it. Women have different priorities. So okay, and it's just trying to be happy. Then when you go downstairs or you go into your kitchen or whatever, and you look in the fridge, you pick the food that you think, this will make me happy. Even if you don't consider it that way, you think, I'd like the yogurt, or I'd like a glass of water, or I'd like the orange juice, or I'd like nothing, or I'd like a piece of toast or something, And that's that. Then, of course, when you go to work or whatever you're going to do, you're going to make the decisions like, if I do it this way, it's going to make me happy. If I drive this way, if I drive at this speed, or if I park over here, I'll be more happy. And when you start to see your own movements, that they're almost, again, if we're pretty unconscious, they're all dictated by, this will make me more happy of the choices I have. This will be the better choice for me. When you start seeing the power of that in you, like, for example, let's say you say, I'm going to park on that side of the street and there's no spaces and you get a little bit angry. Well, the only reason you got angry was is because you wanted to be on that side of the street. You thought that side of the street will make you happy and you didn't get it. So you got a bit angry. So then you parked where you thought, well, okay, I can't get there. I'll get over here because that'll make me happy. Okay. Now, why do you do that? Is because when you start looking at another person, if you have that foundation, you have perfect empathy with them. So when someone's getting angry or someone's frustrated or someone's doing whatever they're going to do, or when they go in the fridge, they take the orange juice before they give it to you, it's because they just want to be happy just like you. They don't want to suffer, just like you. So it's really actually a humongous foundation of your bodhicitta practice, that particular meditation. And you can do that for months, that you start to recognize your movements. Like right now, I'm wearing this shirt today because, well, I'm a guy, because I wore it yesterday, but it's still not dirty enough, so it's okay. I'm more happy because I don't want to get another shirt out, and then I have to go and maybe wash this one, and da 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 da. No, I'm just happy with this. It's good enough. And then for breakfast, I had a fruit and a piece of toast, but I wanted peanut butter on my piece of toast, and I'm almost out of peanut butter. So, and then if I didn't have the peanut butter, well, maybe because I've got enough flexibility, I appreciate things that are impermanent. I go, well, okay, marmalade, or maybe just butter, But again, if you've not got much flexibility, then you get angry. If you have some flexibility, things are impermanent. Don't get so upset. You have more options. So interesting. So this Buddha bit is just that. Start recognizing your movements, and the best way, the flag that's going to show up is, when you don't get what you want, how do you get upset? Now, to what extent you get upset? Maybe you just go, doesn't do it. Or maybe you say, oh, why did I do that? Whatever. That depends on you, your personality. But you need to recognize you could say your intensity. Now, if you're pretty enlightened, most likely intensity doesn't happen too much because you've got that flexibility. It's like you're like in Tai Chi or sort of Aikido, where you roll and you move with the things that are happening. You don't get hit and punched and fall down. You've got much more flexibility. That's what it means to be a bodhisattva. Whereas if you don't have much bodhisattva, then you get upset because you didn't get what you wanted. So anyway, the foundation of recognizing your own intensity gives you such an authentic bridge. When someone's in front of you and they're just really angry at you and they're yelling and stuff, and all you can think of when you look at them is you can say, and then with sincerity, not out of judgment, just saying, you're just trying to be happy and you're thinking anger is the best technique for that. Or when someone's trying to manipulate you, they're just trying to be happy because they think manipulating me will be the way to do it. Or someone's trying to belittle you, or someone's praising you, or whatever they're doing, they just think, oh, I'll be happy if I do this. It's a revelation in giving you equanimity. Now, that's not full bodhicitta, but if you have that foundation, you have an unbelievable foundation for bodhicitta. Okay, so that's it. It's pretty short and sweet. Step 2 of generating bodhicitta in an authentic way. So wishing you well, and thank you. Bye.